Hello, and welcome to Teresa's Journal. So it's a Sunday on my back porch. So I've decided on Saturday and Sundays I'm gonna try to do more of a religious theme, and on the weekdays do more of an update. I've been reading the news. New York Times, Washington Post, PubMed, keeping on top of some of the latest information that's coming out. It's scary. It's like 33% increase in antidepressant medication, like a 22% increase in antidepressants, and something close to that in insomnia medications. Those are the three highest rises. And currently a lot of the funding for mental health is being not slashed, but with all this pandemic, we're not getting it funneled towards us. I'm gonna do some research on Medicare versus Medicaid and try to look into where the funding from the government is coming through and how it's getting, if at all, to the mental health services and community. So we'll see. We'll see. There's hope. I want to reach out to Renee and thank Renee. Renee is a friend of mine who has been a teacher for like 16 years, and she currently works in a special like emotional support group or unit, if you will. She called to ask me if the principal had called, and I told her no, but the principal had not called yet. And she told me, to know that I was doing all that I could with 2 hours a day and studying for my 7-year-old, and to just know that the school system right now is really overwhelmed. I guess most people aren't really engaging. Probably not my school district. I'm in a pretty well-to-do neighborhood, but a lot of the schools are having a hard time getting the kids doing their homework and doing the things they need to do to stay on top of things. And I guess they're seeing a lot of abuse through these Zoom meetings. They're seeing negligence in an overwhelming amount, and they're trying to figure out what to do about it. So my heart goes out to her. I wish the principal would just give me a call and have said something along those lines to me herself. But I do feel better, and I will give her understanding when she does call back. So, I want to talk a little bit about being a universalist and what that means to me. For the longest time, I did not believe in God. I was an atheist. And I believed in love and acts of kindness. And I try very hard to this day to only do things if they're coming from a place of love. So when I take any mission on, I ask myself, is this loving? Is this something kind to do? And I saw a lot of Christians, because I grew up in a Christian culture, who were not behaving in a kind and loving way to other people. And yet they were declaring that they're Christians. And I'm like, what the hell? You're mean. And I really found myself Um, not wanting to go and attend any churches because I just found so many people there to be hypocrites. I'm like standing up because I'm getting so worked up. And I just couldn't do it. Though I felt like something was missing in my life. So I started seeking out other books, besides the Bible. And I found that a lot of the stories in all these books are very similar. With similar messages of encouragement and hope, and of providing service to those in need. So for those of you who have been watching me, you know that I'm a part of an Adventist family. I was raised, well, I was raised Catholic as a young child. But I married into an Adventist family and have been given a lot of Ellen G. White. I think the first year that I married him, I got 3 Ellen G. White books. It was great. From his family. They're so sweet. And there's good things there. But before I read you from Ellen G. White, which I'm about to do, I had read the Bible. And in the Bible, there was a passage from Yahweh, and it talked about, it goes something like this, so forgive me for those of you who know it really well. God, it's me. You, I do not know you. It's me. No, I had no shirt and you did not give me one. No, God, no, that wasn't you. No, what you do to the least of my people, you do to me. What you do to the least of my people, you do to me. God, I had no shoes. Something like this. I had no shoes, and you did not give me shoes. What do you mean? What do you mean? It was not you. Yes, it was me. I had no shoes. What you do to the least of my people, you do to me. And then there's another one. It goes something like, I was in prison and you did not visit me. So, I have a cousin in prison who I have not visited, but he does not call me. He did not visit me. God, you were never in prison. Man, come on. Give me a break. No, it was me. I was there and you did not visit me. What you do to the least of my people, you do to me. I'm like, I was reading that and I'm like, oh man. All these people who think they're going to heaven. And then heaven sounded like a place I might like to go to. Wasn't sure, but it seemed like maybe if people who don't give shirts and shoes and take care of prison systems and mentally ill, those people aren't going to be there. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad. In the Bible, it talks about there being gnawing and gnashing of teeth on Judgment Day. That people are going to be very, very angry at God. Gnawing and gnashing of teeth. Gnawing and gnashing of teeth. Oof, I'm a little scared. We'll see what happens. Okay, so Ellen G. White. This is a book called The Desire of Ages. The Desire of Ages. This is Volume 3, Conflict of the Ages series. So this is an interpretation of a passage by Ellen G. White. And at the end, I will give you the passage. For those of you who have this book at home, it's on page 825 in the chapter Go Teach All the Nations. And I'm going to read a paragraph that speaks to my soul. Let's see if I can do this. Hold on. I'm trying, folks. Okay. Divine love has been stirred to its unfathomable depths by the sake of men. And angels marvel to behold in the recipients of so great a love mere surface gratitude. Angels marvel at men's shallow appreciation of the love of God. Heaven stands indignant at the neglect shown to the souls of men. Would we know how Christ regards it? How would a father and mother feel? Did they know their own child, lost in the cold and the snow, had been passed by, left to perish by those who might have saved it? Would you not be terribly grieved, wildly indignant? Would they not denounce those murderers with wrath, hot as their tears, intense as their love? The suffering of every man are the suffering of God's child. I love that. The suffering of every man are the suffering of God's child. And those who reach out no helping hand in their perishing fellow beings provoke his righteous anger. I'm going to read that sentence one more time. I like it so much. The suffering of every man and the suffering are the suffering of God's child. And those who reach out no helping hand to the perishing fellow beings provoke his righteous anger. This is the wrath of the Lamb. To those who claim fellowship with Christ, yet have been indifferent to the needs of their fellow men, he will declare in the great judgment day, and this is Luke 13:27. Please look it up. I know you not whence you are. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity. So that, I don't know, I'm scared for folks, and there's so many people talking about the end of times and that it's here and we have all these signs and that it's coming and it's going to be over. And I'm scared for folks. I look around at the people in my life, and there's a lot of good ones, but there's a lot of bad ones too. The Bible says in church it's 50-50. It's like 50% of the people who go to church actually know God. And so 50% of them aren't going to make it. And then I'm wondering what about those who don't go to church? And I wonder if it's all kinds of churches. And for me, it would be because I'm a universalist. So I get to take one form of religion. According to Google, there's 4,200 different forms of religion. I've only touched base on a few. So I'm going to read one more thing. This is from the Tao. It's another form of spirituality. And it hits a point for me. This talks a little bit about karma. I do believe in reincarnation. I believe that we get an opportunity at least a few times to get it right. I don't know how often or how long God gives us that opportunity, but I do believe that happens. So this is from Tao I, the chapter Tao Ying, page 89. For you, good karma, receiving blessings and rewards from heaven. For you, bad karma, learn lessons in this life and your future lives. Okay, people, let's try to be good. May Yahweh be with you.